Danzig, turn it around.
But then the other side's poking you in the face. So let's see, we didn't ascend God Dingle just yet, so where do we go next?
What are we doing?
Are we teleporting to the... Oh shit, I know what we did next.
Are we going to the arena now?
We're going to the arena, and I think we're going to have a successful run, or we're going to save, because that was pertinent. This is a weird game, because you can't save in the overworld map the way you can with most RPGs. Only with the save parrots or the save slots in the sky.
See, but I like not being able to save. Well, I liked not being able to save on the world map because it was just that whole feeling of needing to get to the next town. Or you're gonna be fucked.
Oh yeah.
And you're on that. You're out of potions. You're out of MP. You're out of tents or whatever. And you're hoping you either just make it to the next town or that you win the next battle and you level up and it replenishes your HP and MP. It's something about that, managing your resources and really feeling like you need to get to the next town. I like that.
Oh yeah, that has a great element of a lot of games I wish more RPGs had. In this game, though, it always just felt like kind of a nuisance.
Yeah.
Because this isn't the sort of... Even if we hadn't been cheating, this isn't the sort of game where the difficulty is at that level where just getting to the next town feels like an achievement. And so not being able to save on the world map is just one of those bits of ethical game design that Extra Credits talked about one time. Where it's like, hey, just don't be unfair to your players. Recognize that they have lives and they might want to have to put your game down any time. I mean, if they go into a game knowing it's going to be brutally hard and they might not be able to save for a while, that's one thing. But don't just not give them the ability to safely put down your game because reasons.
Yeah, I say I liked that about RPGs because nowadays I'm like, man, and I think I mentioned it in this playthrough, is just talking about Bravely Default and how you can just autosave and it feels so wrong to grow up playing these old RPGs and that feeling of, I haven't saved in a while. Just autosave. Just autosave all the time.
Well, I also told a story about the one time I played through Star Ocean on the PSP, and I got to the last dungeon and quit because instead of going up, I went down to the optional portion of it after like 2 hours in this fucking place with no save points, and I ran into some rando enemy that just petrified me. It's like, game over! Like, fuck you! I have other games to play. I know it's only 2 hours. I don't give a shit.
I would love to play some Star Ocean Second Story. That game was really good, and I only played it once. I don't even know how I would play it now.
Well, it is available on the PSP. It might be available somehow on the PlayStation Store. I'll look into that. Because they re-released the first one and the second one as like a collection on the PSP. That's how I ended up playing it.
Yeah, Second Story is so good.
So, yeah, we went up to like the second strongest boss in the game. And they're like, yeah, we can do this. Yeah, fuck this guy. And first we were kind of testing the waters a bit, the way you do with a strange boss. Like, okay, let's see what he does. Maybe we should buff up a little bit.
Yeah, we're trying to I think we're sifting through all this, just trying to find something that'll...
Yeah, so anti-magic, I think is what we're looking for. It's like, okay, he's most likely to cast... If it's a physical attack, it'll probably just hit one person. But if it's a magic attack, it'll probably hit the whole party. That tends to be how they go with final bosses. It's like, okay, we'll get something that protects us against just all magic.
Silence!
And then he would silence Rudy, which is the most useless thing any boss has ever done.
I just imagine everyone laughing, except, Rudy's just mouthing laughing because he's silenced, right? But you can see him like full-bellied laugh, you just don't hear him at all. And then Shrew and Lerm, they're just over there like laughing, and then this boss is just like, what? That's so fucking funny!
Just walks off.
Jeez, you guys are assholes.
And this guy has the head of one of those poverty dessert monsters. Which is weird.
Just
like they
his
designed
beak,
like they designed the rest of them, and they were just like, man, we used up all of our pixels. We're completely out of pixels, you guys. We got to reuse the head from something.
It's not even the same mesh. They just stuck it there.
Just make his jaw like open up a little bit when he attacks.
I bet the concept art was super cool though. He's probably like kind of predator looking, and those things on his head, and just big claws, and then.
Oh fuck! I can't. I hope they bring back the weapons for the Final Fantasy VII remake. Because I'd love to see a huge ruby or emerald weapon in, fucking PS4. I'd love to fight an enemy of that scale on a modern console.
I just don't feel like they could remake Final Fantasy VII without the weapons. Like it'd be such a letdown.
Yeah. Granted, ruby and emerald weapon were North American only until they released the international version in Japan. But by that point, they did release it in Japan, so even they know about them.
I like the idea that Japan was over there going, what the fuck? What? Like, we always get the shit.
I was gonna say, they always get the hard stuff.
We always get the cool stuff.
Well, they didn't get Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts.
They're just like, what the fuck?
I mean, good on them, because they didn't have to put up with that bullshit. Hitting them and going, oh, his health bar didn't move. It's been 5 minutes, why it's not... Oh, it's finally moving now. He just had so many, they ran out of colors.
Might as well just be... fucking... Dragon Force on Guitar Hero.
Oh, yeah.
On Expert. Might as well just be that.
Yeah. Just you watch someone play it and like, nope. I give up. I haven't even tried it and I give up.
It's just no point.
Yeah. He did pretty well against this guy for a while. Like, he doesn't do much, really. He just, like, keeps defending or protecting himself against magic and silencing us, and then we burn him. We burn him good. Ooch, ooch, ooch,
Burn
ooch.
stuff. Yeah, I think he has an attack that does just...
I think it's 7th Moon.
Yeah.
Like, uh-oh, this is an actual attack. Because so far, we haven't had to heal. I think we just removed the silence because why not?
Yeah, he has us on that loop of like needing to heal just about every turn, which means we're doing less damage, and then he just
Well, in the episode I recorded commentary for earlier, it was that boss we fought with just Manzig because the whole party was split up. I'm like, we can do this, and we just barely did it. And here it goes, 7th Moon.
Took another real dumb picture of Riggs. As soon as I say that, he stops sitting and lays down and faces away from us.
Riggs, the only emotion you know is shame.
I guess I'll never sit again.
Nope.
How about that? Maybe I'll just never sit again. And I'm like, Riggs, sit. He's like, oh, yes, sir.
Or you don't get fed.
Oh, I love being fed.
God, I went to feed him, and I'm like, Riggs, high five. And he just kind of falls over. Like, what was that?
He usually gives such enthusiastic high fives.
I know. Like later, I told him to do one, and he like jumps way up in the air. I'm like, yeah, good boy. That was the lamest high five I've ever seen out of him.
He was super worried when I came home last night, and after I brought him home from your place, he just was. I think he was really worried I was gonna leave again, because he just. I let him up on the couch, and he won't lay down next to me. And so I think I was on my phone or something, or my 3DS, one of the two. And he walks behind me because I'm leaning forward in the couch. And then he starts trying to get on my lap. And I'm just, what are you doing, Riggs? And then he just lays over my lap, and it can't be comfortable, and he just stays there.
Oh, Riggs.
And then every time I'd go to the bathroom, he'd follow me behind, like, really closely.
He really does that sometimes.
I'm gonna leave you again.
Please no. I don't know what I would do without you.
Leave you all the time, Riggs. Oh, yeah.
Oh, but you're a good dog to have over for a weekend. Watching your dog for the weekend is like being an uncle.
Yeah, it's
like
all
you
the
get
joy.
you get all the joy of being around these kids or this animal without any of the responsibility.
Once it starts to become too much, then it's about the time that they leave anyway.
Hey Riggs, you want to go for a walk? You want treats? Oh, I shouldn't have said that word. Now he's looking at me.
Both of those words. He's like, what? What?
Did you say that word?
Wait till it starts being warmer out, Riggs.
Oh man, you're gonna have fun at first, and then you're not gonna have fun.
Not when we're walking you to Queen Anne and back.
Oh, poor Riggs. Oh, that's where we learned important. Well, no, we haven't died yet. We came back from that one. Because when we were fighting that one boss with just Manzig, it was fucking close. He was doing like 45% of our health per attack. And sometimes it'd go up to almost 50.
So that was when we weren't supposed to fight him alone.
No, like we were supposed to go reunite the party, but we just didn't.
Just to be an asshole.
Yeah, we're like, we can do this, and then we get in there and he's hitting us for like 1,450 damage when Manzig has 3,060. So it's like, oh, if the variance is really against us even one time, we're fucked. And it almost was. The turn before we killed him, he brought us down to 70 HP.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty close. Yeah.
And then we healed him for 9,502 damage.
What attack was that?
That was the Guardian Force we summoned. It looked like wind.
They don't make it apparent enough.
No.
I really liked in Chrono Cross, every character has an element behind them.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's like a field effect, and it shows you the last 3 or 4 elements that were in play.
Yeah.
So you kind of have a really good idea of what everyone's about. You're like, okay, that guy's dark. I'm going to use some light on him. But I like when games make it a little bit more apparent of the elements that are going on.
I think this one got us.
Boop!
There we go. Oh, nope, Lerm's at 97. Come on, Lerm.
You got this, Lerm. You didn't eat all those apples for nothing. Eat another fruit. I wonder what we were saying right here.
Oh fuck. Man. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, why would we use a revive fruit when we have full revive? Right there. Oh, we're dumb. We're dumb. We're just dumb. That's why we lost. We're dumb.
The thing is that we never had to use all the items, so I don't think we ever really learned what all... At least I don't remember what half the items do.
But...
So there was what was it, Ambrosia or Full Revive? Full Revive?
Full Revive.
Just brings everyone back
right
to life
there.
Full
Yeah. Yeah. And we're just like, nope.
See, I would have thought...
And then we're so confident, it looks like we don't even heal.
We got this. No, an Ambrosia.
Yeah, okay.
Go up to Toy Hammer or something. Why did we do that?
Phasa. Downtown Phasa Town. We were saying that a lot.
Oh, man. Did that get ruined?
That got ruined.
Oh,
it's
man.
all ruined. It's all
down downtown Phasa Town. What else did we have? What we were talking about Ambrosia, like as a soda, and we had like
drink it by the gallon.
Yeah,
Ambrosia, drink it by the gallon.
We had a jingle for it and everything.
I think that was it. Ambrosia, drink it by the gallon.
Oh man, yeah, but there was a way we sang it. It was like a jingle, and I can't remember the tune of it now. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to make a new one.
Well, it's not so unsalvageable that I won't be able to hear it. It's just so unsalvageable that I'm not gonna subject people to it.
It's like Ambrosia is the like Sweetums, right?
Yeah.
And Parks and Rec, where it's just like the kid-size soda. It's just like a gigantic soda. Just drink it by the gallon.
Oh, and went to talk to the monsters for a little bit.
Learned about their sad lives. Like the skeleton just makes rattling bone noises.
You know what's good? We didn't lose all the skeleton dad jokes we were telling.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we got those. That's what I was afraid about. I was like, oh man, I'm glad. Is it my turn to die? No, I hate the pain.
See, this playthrough might not be getting any views, and it might not get a lot of views for quite a while. Or ever. But, you know, it'll always stand as a testament to...
We do it.
We fucking do it, man.
Yeah.
We did this game. And if someone ever goes back, like if we ever do get any sort of following, and they come back and watch this, they're gonna find those fucking skeleton dad jokes.
Yeah. I might have to repost those around the time of October. I think of Thanksgiving? Friday the 13th? Halloween. Christ. Because we went off for like
time of October.
That's what it's gonna be called. The time of October special.
What was it? Billy Madison. They're sitting around the pool, and I think Billy Madison wakes up and Norm Macdonald's character and is it Artie Lang? Is that
I think so. Yeah.
It's like, well, I think he says, "What time is it?" And Norm Macdonald goes, October. Anyway, so yeah, we gotta do some spooky stuff.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to do. Resident Evil Remake.
Yeah.
And Dino Crisis.
Yeah.
Those are spooky.
Duke Baguchi. Hey.
Yeah, we were doing that a lot, I'm sure.
There's no way we didn't do that.
Now show me your strength.
I don't.
Try not to bore me, and you'll get that spaghetti.
I don't see a name that has 2 C's and many.
That's not going to.
Yeah, 2 C's and an I at the end and multiple syllables. And I don't immediately think Italian.
We didn't even know the name of the guy in Bayonetta, and I immediately just went, "Look at this pizza pasta motherfucker."
Tony!
Oh, Tony.
Oh, man. You're fucking... your Irish accent in the...
I forgot what it even sounds like. I have to rewatch it.
Oh, the lolly! It's just like... Oh, I was editing that... Big stuff. I was editing that on the bus to Portland, and or was I editing it on the way back? I think I was editing on the way back from Portland. Yeah, because I had a stranger sitting next to me. So I came back home alone because Jamie went to Arizona. And, they're glancing over the screen because, I don't blame them. I got my laptop open and I'm doing something that looks interesting, so they were looking over. And I'm just fucking laughing at the... Oh, Delali! Let's have a drink! Like, I don't even remember what you said. You just keep doing it. And I'm just like dying on the bus. You know when you want to laugh but you probably shouldn't, and it makes you want to laugh even harder?
Yeah.
That's what I was going through. And then I thought for a minute, man, what if the audio is also coming out of my laptop speakers as well as my headphones? Oh no.
And then someone next to you's like, "Hold on a minute, lass." Lass? What's that you're listening to? Sounds a wee bit offensive to my drunken ears.
Reminds me of the homeland. Since it's a really good accent. Oh man. Speaking of lass.
What friend of yours? Which part of the country does it come from?
What part of the homeland?
What's his favorite whiskey? Who is the Koopa of the Irish?
I think he likes Ferreter.
Anyway, speaking of lasses.
Oh, I got mistaken for a girl again.
Oh.
At the old folks community that I was hanging out at. They were like, "Oh, who's this?" And then...
Were you shaven?
Huh?
Were you shaven?
No, but I had my back to him.
Okay.
And, I mean, understandably so, but it was funny to me because I was with Jamie and her parents and her dad's mother, and we were at the community that she lives at, and so these old people that she knows come up and they ask, "Oh, who are these?" Everybody was... The number one thing I noticed at a old folks community is if you're not an old person, they first of all don't trust you.
Oh no, not
which
at
they
all.
shouldn't.
No.
And second of all, the way they get around that mistrust is they just ask you a lot who you're with and who you're visiting. And so they came up asking like, "Who are you? Like, who are these people?" And then Jamie's grandma goes, "This is my son Pat and his wife Lisa and my granddaughter Jamie," and she says, "And her fellow friend?" I'm not quite sure. And what she was getting at was, I'm not quite sure what to call you.
Yeah.
And then the folks behind me go, "Turn around, let me get a look at you. Let me get a look. Like, are you? What did they say? They said something to the effect of, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And so I think when Jamie's grandma said, "Fellow friend, I'm not quite sure what to tell you," I wonder if in their minds they went to like my gender, like maybe not knowing, because they didn't see my face, which would have gave it away immediately as I'm a dude. but I think that they took it as her being like, I don't know how to say, maybe not girlfriend or boyfriend, like, because they were like, oh, like, they said something to the effect of, someone called me miss, and then they asked if I was actually a boy or girl, and then I turned around and they're like, oh, yeah, that's a dude. And they're like, yeah, we can see now that I see the facial hair, I was like, yeah, I gotta keep it on, or else people mistake me from a girl from behind. And they were like, oh, like laughed a little bit, and it was like, sounded a little bit dirty as well. And I looked at Jamie, and I don't know if she heard me, but I whispered something, and because it's kind of like a joke that I've been working on, like in my head, is I wish they would, something along the lines of, they think I'm a girl from behind, I just wish they would stop thinking that once I turned around or something. And it got really awkward. Because I don't think anyone else thought I was talking about the same thing as like from behind. As like sex from behind.
Yeah.
And because they made it awkward already by grabbing my head and like turning it like a big bottle cap so that they could see my face. So I wanted to make it even weirder by putting a sex joke in there. And then it got weird and they left.
Oh, I don't like old people very much.
Yeah.
They do that. Like when I was staying with my grandfather after I graduated from college, like, he lives in a retirement community, so it's nothing but just old people.
Yeah.
And then me. And for the first, 2 months, whenever I'd come and go, I'd always get stopped by someone like, excuse me, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
do you know Bill Reed? Yes. I'm his grandson.
Well, we'll see about that.
One night...
They all wear name tags, too.
Yeah. One night, I was leaving the little fucking compound, because that's what it is. And to leave the compound, you have to go through the one gate. There's only the one way you can go to get out. And there was right next to the entrance is like a kind of a rec center where they have their spaghetti dinners every Wednesday. I'm not kidding. Yeah. And someone was setting something up in there. I don't know what. So they had their big truck with its canopy parked out front, and they had the doors open. And I'm probably 10 feet away as I walk past it, and I look inside, and I have my headphones in, as I always do, because I'm on my way to the gym. I just glance inside it, like, what's that? Oh, it's just, tables or whatever. And I keep on walking, and I'm like, hey! And I hear them through my headphones, and I know I can get away with just continuing to walk, but I know if I don't acknowledge them, they're probably going to make a big stink about it, because hooligans or something. And so I take them out. I'm like, hey, what were you doing in that truck? I looked inside of it. What do you want?
The sad thing is that I would hope that we are at an age where we don't look like we're just young punks looking to cause trouble.
Well, you know what? I get this from everyone I meet. They look at the way I walk, and they're like, are you military? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, because you walk kind of upright, and you're all kind of muscle-bound. And my grandpa was telling me that his other friends in the compound who weren't so, crotchety, like, oh, is that your grandson? Was he in the military? He's so upright, and he walks so fast, and when people look at me, they know they assume quite rightly that I'm on the up and up, and so it pisses me off even more when people are like, hey, what were you doing? Huh? Were you up to no good? Were you no good, Nick?
Yeah.
Huh?
The thing that makes me upset about that is that it's like an insult. It's like, man, if I was gonna steal something out of your truck, you wouldn't have seen me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I would have been a lot better at not getting caught. Come on, dude.
I wouldn't have stopped to acknowledge you.
And the community that I was at is so far out of the way. It was in Salem, and I was just like thinking, you think that I just came all the way out here just to walk around your man-made lake and step on goose shit everywhere just to make my way to this building that happens to be the dining hall where I'm gonna eat your fucking slimy ass roast beef and weird jello with or without fruit, because some old people are really particular about fruit in their jello apparently. It's like, did you think I came all the way out here to chill with you old fucking judgmental assholes? Like, you really think that's what I wanted to do?
I have judgmental assholes my own age I can hang out with.
Yeah, and there'd be better food and coffee.
You're damn well right there would be.
Like, their coffee was terrible.
I bet it was.
Yeah, and it's weird seeing old people order milk as a beverage.
Ugh.
One coffee, please, and a large glass of 2%.
Yeah, they did that law on Amtrak. It's like, okay, you get 3 beverages. You can have water and milk and juice. And there's just a bunch of old people come in, and they'd all order 3 because they're like, well, that's what I'm allowed, and I grew up in a generation of plenty, and so I take everything I can, even if I don't want it.
I will take a sip of 2 of these and throw the rest away.
And I will buy a Coke. So you want 4 things to drink and a full-size meal. Yes, but I'm only going to eat half of it. Would you like some sort of to-go? No, you can just throw it in the garbage.
I'm not a poor person.
There's plenty. So...
River cider. Oh, that is old Greg.
That is old Greg in blackface.
Well, old Greg was kind of in a form of blackface, right? Like
a little bit.
Something.
On the way, halfway there.
We were leaving the dining room after we ate our roast beef and pork and sweet potato meal and canned green beans and weird unseasoned rolls. And we were heading towards the elevator, and Jamie's grandma was a little bit farther behind, and because she left her walker by the elevator and then walked up to the table with her cane. And so I'm walking with Jamie's dad to help him find the walker out of all the walkers that are parked, you know.
Yeah.
And I remember where she parked her walker, so I was able to help him out. And so we're looking at all the walkers, and I'm like, it's this one over here, and we grab it. And he takes it and starts walking ahead to meet up with Jamie's mom and Jamie's grandmother. And Jamie and I are a little bit farther behind. And all, like, with, like, such quickness, this lady who has just, like, the only way I can really describe it is a waddle.
Yeah.
Like, she just had, you know, I'm not making fun of her, because that's just what happens when you get old. Yeah. You get that big...
That waddle.
Yeah, that big old waddle, man. Like, huge, like, just really turkey-like. And I just see, and she did. She reminded me of a chicken or a turkey. And out of the corner of my eye, I just see her face, like, come up really quickly, and she stops. But then the secondary action of the waddle wiggling, she's like, I think she was afraid we were stealing a walker. They're like, excuse me, who are you with? And I'm like, I'm getting ready just to point, and then Jamie just says her grandmother's name, and she's like, oh! And then this old lady just starts talking to us about the most random shit. Oh, I saw the young man who delivers the Coke, and I went up and asked him, do you have any small bottles of Coke by chance? Because I don't need a whole bottle. I don't need to drink it all at once, but I would like to have a cap so I could close it after I'm done. And he gave me a couple bottles, and he went on it. She's just telling us this shit. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? She went from accusing us of stealing a walker, something we have absolutely no use for, to just telling us about this fucking interaction she had with the Coke guy. Like, what happened? And I like to give old people, I like to bend my ear because I figure they haven't talked to anybody in a while. But I was just like, I'm like, you don't get to go from thinking we're stealing something to then using me as your sounding board for your
Coke adventure.
Yeah, your Coke adventures.
No, Jamie, you go on ahead. I gotta hear the end of this tale.
I gotta know.
How many bottles did he give you?
And how long?
He gave me 2 bottles. And I have 2 caps now.
Were they the 12-ounce bottles? 1 liter? I gotta know.
Oh, they were the 12-ounce. They don't make the smallest anymore, apparently. But you know what? I realized that I can drink half a bottle, put the cap on it, and put it in the fridge.
Wait, you're telling me you can only drink half and then just store the rest in your fridge? You don't need those tiny 8-ounce bottles?
Well, when you get to my age, you learn a thing or two about self-control and discipline. You don't live...
diabetes!
Trust me. You don't manage swanky digs like this if you live a life of waste. Where am I?
Hello, are you my grandson? Are you my granddaughter?
Are you my father?
Man.
I like the idea of like, wait, are you stealing that walker? And you're both wearing shorts and it's just like, cuts the muscular legs like,
yeah, lady. I need help supporting these legs.
And the thing is, if you were stealing the walker, what is she gonna do about it? If you're the sort who's going to steal an old person's walker, an old decrepit individual calling you out on it isn't gonna make you stop.
Well, the thing about a walker...
You're just going to walk away at a regular pace.
I'm going to walk away with the walker just to be a dick. Yeah. I don't need it to support my weight or anything, but I'm going to use it the best I can, like they do, and I'm going to get into the elevator. I'm going to make like a 3-point turn in the elevator to face the front and face the buttons. I'm going to hit the button, and I'm just going to sit there and stare at them. I'm going to have the walker too close to the door where they can't get in. And I'm just gonna stare at him and then I'm gonna start to shake a little bit right as the door closes. Just the cool thing about stealing a walker is that it's also the perfect thing if you can wield a walker.
Yeah.
It's one of those like you see people fighting off lions
with a chair,
in those old cartoons. It's just like that. If you have a walker and you're in a room full of old people, it's and you're a young, able-bodied person, it's like the best thing to keep everyone away from you. Just swinging it around. They're like, what strength? Oh, he's a monster.
What Goliath invaded our home of decrepitude?
And then one, happens to be a veteran or maybe was just a security guard but thinks he was a veteran, comes at you and thinks he's gonna be tough, and you just catch him inside the arms of the walker and oh no,
foiled.
Oh no, and then you just redirect him and he's like, whoa,
just throw him through a plate glass window, oh, in slow motion.
Oh man, they stopped Phil. Phil was a veteran or a security guard or something.
I don't know. He has medals.
He walks around and bosses people around.
He has a high and tight.
He uses one of those. Have you ever seen those combs? I call them a comb because I don't know what else to call them, but you use them to get a flat top. It's like a big weird flat hand shaped thing that you just use to get that perfect flat top. I think our old high school and middle school principal, remember Mr. Lowe?
Yeah.
He had the coolest flat top. He probably used something like that.
Oh man.
Mr. Lowe. I wonder if that was his name, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Lowe. I wonder if he's still alive.
I wonder if he's still principal.
No, he's not principal.
No, yeah. I've seen the photos of the current principal. I don't know if I said principal or principal.
Principal, because they're your friends.
For some reason, I had to think of that today.
I think about that every time I'm spelling the word principal.
Unfortunately, it's very useful to keep in mind. Yeah, that was that episode.
You're so into Zen.
I know.
Oh man,
good times.
That was a good time.